Hi, I'm Karina, and in my Fromm class, we've been reading the Human Nature and Character section of the book Man for Himself by Fromm, and we've been talking about it in class, so I'm going to start off by reading a few lines that impacted me. It is believed that to fall in love is already the culmination of love, while actually it is the beginning and only an opportunity for the achievement of love. And this was interesting to me because we live in a society where there are all these Hollywood movies that the whole point of the movie is to build up to this moment where they realize that they're in love and then they get to live happily ever after. And, everyone knows that these movies aren't realistic, but still they're supporting the idea that all you have to do is get to the point where you fall in love and then everything after that is going to be easy. But what Fromm is saying is that once you fall in love, it's giving you the chance to then work towards actually loving someone and supporting them and helping them grow. And this goes along with Fromm's idea of productive love. And there's a line in this section that says, "To love a person productively implies to care and to feel responsible for his life, not only for his physical existence, but for the growth and development of all his human powers." And this is important, I think, because a lot of people think they love someone, but really it's for selfish reasons, and it's a very possessive form of caring about someone. And the second that they do something they don't like, then who they thought they were doesn't exist anymore, and they think that then the person isn't worthy of their love sometimes, or they just get angry. But I think the important thing that Fromm is saying is that you need to view them as their own individual and support them and want them to do well at the things that they do, and not only care about their existence within your relationship, but to support them in all of their endeavors and hope that they can grow in different areas of life, and then as they change, be able to change with them and respect them for what they're experiencing, rather than getting jealous and exploding on them for not being who you thought they were, when it's probably, if that's how you're treating it, it's probably just someone that you assumed that they were, and you're just giving them a label, and that isn't actually who they are. And the line in this book that really, this is the big one that stood out to me in this chapter, is to love one person productively means to be related to his human core, to him as representing mankind. And if you want to read that whole section, it's on page 101. And that line really stood out to me because people tend to put the person that they love, if we're talking about a romantic relationship here, they tend to put the person that they love up on a pedestal and view them as a greater being. And actually, it's not just in romantic relationships. People also do this with their parents and maybe with their friends. But this is a problem because then if you're viewing them as this higher being, when they make a common human mistake, then all of a sudden you can lose respect for them and believe that they aren't who you thought they were, when in reality they're just, they're capable of making any mistakes that all of the people that you know can make, but since you put them so high up, you're amazed that they made this mistake. So I thought that line was important because you need to respect all of mankind and be able to love them for the human that they are, rather than who you think that they are and this greater being that you want them to be. And this also, something we were talking about in classes, another the bonus side to this is that then all of the qualities that you like about them, or that you like about all people, you can see in this one person. And another thing that Fromm talked about in an earlier chapter, and I talked about in one of my videos, is that people, a habit is to leave their spouse or the person that they're with because they're looking for another quality or for what they had at the beginning of their relationship. But if you can find all of these good things in this one person, then you can like continue to have interest in this relationship and work at it and make it work, because everyone is going to have issues. And that's the mistake that people make, as I was saying with that first quote, is that they think like the second you hit an issue, they give up. But it's all from saying that it's all about working towards it, and like that's the benefit of loving someone, is that you've worked for it and it doesn't just come automatically. You're growing together, and you sort of get to be like in it together, I guess, is kind of what he's saying. So thank you for listening. That's all.